read the thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry. The public is allowed to speak on issues and items not scheduled for discussion on the agenda. Comments should be limited to issues and items germane to the business of the governing body. The commission will not discuss or debate these items, nor will the commission make decisions or items presented during this time. Members of the public will be limited to 3 minutes for comments.
My name is Dr. Justin Spees. You guys thought you got rid of me when my lawsuit got dismissed, I bet, huh? That's what I'm here to talk about. Back in November of 2023, I filed a First Amendment right violation and a 14th Amendment right violation against the City Commission here for 2 incidents that happened while I was speaking at these City Commission meetings. One in October of 2022 and one in July of 2023. Where I was stopped from speaking and then removed from the meetings. And that lawsuit recently went to summary judgment and was dismissed. And that happened on March 6th. The judge's ruling came out on March 6th. And there's a 30-day period to appeal that decision. And on April 2nd, I filed a notice of appeal to appeal that with the 10th Circuit, which has been docketed with the 10th Circuit there in Denver, where a panel of judges will decide if it will get returned back to district court or if it won't be. And me and my attorney think that we have a path to victory on that for viewpoint discrimination and retaliation claims on there. Just to give you an example, look at your guys's. Now, this wasn't part of the lawsuit, but just to give you an example of how absurd things are here. You guys had a proclamation here tonight. One of them was for Lost Limb Awareness Month. And part of being removed from here is you guys have this germane standard that you exercised on me and me alone to get me out of here, saying that me talking about rent wasn't germane to your guys' business. But how in the world is Lost Limb Awareness Month germane to your guys' business? And then a further example just from tonight as well, another proclamation that you guys had on there was Affordable Housing Month. And as I just mentioned, I was stopped from speaking here and removed because I mentioned rent. You all said, we don't have any control over rent. And so, but you do a proclamation. So if your business is limb loss and affordable housing, then everything is your guys' business. I'd like to see how you connect limb loss to the business of the City Commission. And that's just examples from tonight. There are multiple other examples of people coming in here speaking specifically about rent prices, landlords, rent increases, asking you guys to lower rent. Were never once stopped and certainly weren't removed, but you all applied that germane standard to me and me alone. And so we think we got a path to victory on viewpoint discrimination retaliation. We'll see how it goes.
Thank you, Dr. Spees.
Notice how little cursing there was? Let me clue you in on something. When you don't try to shut us down and when your sole goal isn't to silence the people, we're a little easier to talk. Thank you to the mayor for actually engaging in the First Amendment and realizing that we have a fucking right in here. I'm here to talk tonight about a police officer, but before I do that, I want to speak about one of the police officers that's here right now because he had the ultimate position of control as to what happened over the last 5 years. It's Andrew Fennelly over there, Sergeant. He was on the scene, the original scene that got me started. He had one of his officers come to him after I'd been beat up on the scene when I was out working. I was in my employment. I was out employed doing this. This was my business, out winching out a U-Haul truck. But he had one of his officers come to him and say, he was hit by the guy with blood on his shoes. So these cops knew exactly who hit me. They saw my blood on his shoes. I was arrested for disorderly conduct because I wasn't the calmest person on scene. That's what happened. That kind of behavior and that kind of leadership is how we end up in this town with officers like Garrett Welch, officers like Bradley Williams. I bring up those two names because those two names are going to become synonymous with notorious in this town. Brad Williams caught a lot of attention, but he is nowhere near the attention Garrett Welch is getting right now. I got people reaching out to me on a daily basis. I'm going to give you a little snapshot of a few of the things I've been told. I have a mother and father called me and told me about their 2 teen boys that Garrett Welch was harassing. I had a lady connect me with her grandmother who was scared shitless at a traffic stop because Garrett Welch treated it like a felony stop. I was at a scene the other day where somebody said that actually when I pulled up and Garrett could see me, the traffic stop had to end. And why? Because Garrett vocalized, there's somebody here I don't want to talk to, meaning me. So now I can miraculously show up and just end a traffic stop. Better yet, I want to know where the drugs went from that traffic stop. Because I was told there were drugs confiscated, no charges, no paperwork, nothing. No weights, no measurements. Some interesting shit there. I'm coming for Garrett's badge. You people can either do something about it. Lockhart can take it seriously and do something about it. But we've seen what Lockhart does when it comes to police accountability. He lies to your police accountability boards and then lets it collapse, and then doesn't provide the reports that Stephen wanted. Those are our reports, and he needs to provide them.
Thank you, Michael. I don't think anyone else is in the room. Any public comment online?
Yeah. Stephen Watts.
Hi, thank you. You know, curiously, in relation to what Dr. Spies was relating, I too was subjected to that kind of bastardization of the Constitution by then Mayor Larson, who had me electronically ejected when I'm here on Zoom. On May 16, 2023, I went down, I left my home, and then I put my health at risk by going to that public meeting. And I again was removed under threat of arrest using KSA 21-5922, which is found to be a big humbug. So I appreciate what these guys are saying. However, my public comment centers around the failure of our town the failure of the executive team to allow access to line item budgets with respect to assisting the town in identifying where to help in the budget process such that services to the public can be avoided. Time after time, request after request has been denied for line item budgets. How the heck can a guy analyze a company's budget without the line item stuff? That pie chart nonsense that you guys put out, and I don't mean the city commission, although you did approve of it. There's a whole bunch of hooey. Look over here and we can draw from here. We're not going to look over here. Isn't there $1 million slush fund that the chief of police himself has been given that he just do whatever the hell he wants with? Next, can you please return the right of the public to pull line item budget matters from the consent agenda? It's time to bring that back. What are you afraid of? And then clearly that's what it is. Or are these meetings just becoming more and more Trumpian in their nature, that we're just going to do what we're going to do and screw the public? Now, backing up just to share some of what Mr. Lawrence Accountability was going on about, that police sergeant made $126,042 in 2023. We don't even know how much in 2024. And that police sergeant also pulled in $16,721 in 2023 in overtime. I get $329.06 a month for the service I provided the state of Kansas in protecting women and children in child abuse and neglect programs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, commissioners. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Samuel Carter. And I realized that, I gave comments last week about commission duties of the Historic Resources Commission. And I realized that at the end there, I got a little rushed. I mean, it's kind of a strange story to tell. But I would I just want to take this opportunity tonight just to kind of go over this section of the law. And so, because I realized, again, I was a little rushed, I gave the citation for it, but it might just be helpful. So I'm just going to open up this link now for the chapter 22, and I'm going to start reading from section 22-202, Commission Duties. This is in Article 2, the Historical Resource Commission. Subsection B, it says, in addition to other responsibilities specified elsewhere, the commission shall, and then there's a long list, about 20 items. I'm just going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and kind of like just say what those duties are, right? So 1, conduct an ongoing survey, etc. 2, investigate and recommend adoption of ordinances. 3, investigate and recommend other ordinances. 4, maintain a register of all sites, etc. 5, determine appropriate historical marker locations. 6, and advise and assist owners of sites about preservation. 7, initiate monuments of landmarks. 8, inform and educate residents about heritage of the city. 9, hold public hearings and review applications. 10, develop specific design criteria. 11, review and comment upon proposed development. 12, administer property interests. 13, seek and administer grants. 14, call upon people for advice. 15, make recommendations that people obey consultants be hired. 16, testify on any matter affecting historically, culturally, or architecturally significant sites, structures, objects, and areas. That's an important one, but I'll get to that another day. 17, develop and periodically review and propose amendments to the ordinance, or plans, rather. 18, periodically review this chapter for changes. 19, strive to attend a historic preservation-related workshop. 20, review this chapter at least once every 5 years and prepare a report to the governing body containing at least the following. There's A, B, C, D. B is the one that I do that is only one of that's objective, right? A is an assessment of the commission's progress. C is an assessment of the commission's progress, and D is propose any amendments to this chapter. But B is the only one that has hard numbers, right? Analyses of numbers, types, locations.
Well, that's your time. Thank you. Thank you, Samuel.
Jeffrey Hepler.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. Jeffrey Hepler, 66044. All I want to say is that I've been hearing Steve ask for police reports for many, many weeks now. So yeah, I just hope there's some action on that so Steve can rest easy. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
That's all the comments, Mayor.
Okay, very good. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second. Motion adjourned by Larson, second by Finkeldye. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes 5-0. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.